Hello, welcome once again to the channel, and on today's video is all about, well, flying in the car, and that's where I'm at the moment. Flying your drone in the car. Is it legal? Is it something that you can do? Short answer is yes. So let's do this. So as I've just said, the point of today's video is flying in the car, and a lot of you know me out there that I do come out on location and I do fly the drones from the car as and when it suits me. But there's some pros and cons with it, and that's what we're going to go into today. We're going to talk about the cons first. So point number one. Now a lot of people say to me, don't you have signal issues when you're flying out in the car with your drone? Well, certainly not the Mini 4 or the Mini 4 Pro, because that's now, as we know, got OcuSync 04, and that transmission signal is absolutely superb. We did used to struggle before on the smaller, I say the smaller mini drones, the Mini 2 for instance, that used to lose signal now and again. But as far as signal goes with your latest RC2 controller, so if you've got the DJI Mini 4 Pro or the Air 3, then you're not going to have any problems. As far as flying visual line of sight, obviously I've got a fixed roof. I've not got a sunroof, so it's no good at flying above myself, because you're not going to have visual line of sight. But I can see from my right-hand driver's window to the left-hand passenger window 180 degrees all the way around me. So if I fly in any of that direction, I can see with my controller, when I've got the controller in my hands, I can see exactly where that drone is at any one time. And if you look on your attitude indicator, which is a good point here, if you take note of your attitude indicators, you can see in this little clip just here, as long as you make sure that you're pointing exactly where that drone is. So if I'm flying in that direction over there, I'll be pointing in that direction. But if you look at your attitude indicator, there's a dot, a blue dot with an arrow on it. If that turns green, you know you've got exact line of sight, and the signal is going to be absolutely spot on. Now, one of the other cons is, well, you can't always drive to where you want to fly, which is sometimes a bit unfortunate, and you have to do the old legwork. But looking at it from the pros' point of view, so it's a sunny day today, and as you know, when you're outside and you're looking down at your controller, if the sun's shining on your screen, you do get glare on your screen. It can be quite off-putting. However, if you're like me, I have fitted a matte screen protector. I don't know if you can see that, how that mats the screen there. And I'll leave a link down in the description. If you've not fitted one of those, I highly suggest that you go out and get yourself one of those screen protectors. They're quite well made. Brotec and other companies do them. And I've used these since I've had the DJI RC and the RC2. I find them incredibly useful, especially on bright sunny days like today. So that's point number one. Flying in the car, you're comfortable. I'm sat here, I'm comfortable, I'm flying the drone. I've got nothing to worry about other than myself. I'm not going to disturb anybody by standing in somebody's way. You might be on a footpath or something. And that leads me on to point number three. You're out of sight of people. Now, as you know, we get a lot of Karens approach you. They're not all bad. And I am going to do a video in a couple of weeks' time, which is on the list to do, about how to deal with Karens, if you want to call them that. So that does give you an extra opportunity, is that you're out of the way. Somebody might see a drone flying about, and they might think, ooh, who's flying that then? And they don't know that you're sat in your car and you're flying it. As we approach the winter, which we are doing here in the UK, it's late November, coming up to December. It's actually 1 degree at the moment, so it's quite cold outside, and I'm sat here in the car Car's not running, but I've had the heater on the way, so it's nice and comfortable. Another thing is you're not going to get wind noise in your microphones. If you're a content creator like myself and you're doing narrations or screen recordings and you want to add narrations to your video for instructional videos like we do, then you're not going to get that woofing wind. Even with the dead cat on, when you've got a dead cat on the microphone, it still gets you now and again. So that's another advantage. On the other reflection, thinking about it flying in the summer months, you can come inside your vehicle. If you're not doing any screen recordings or voice recordings, you can sit with your engine on and your aircon on, and it's nice and cool. Don't get me wrong, I like to be out in the sun. I'm a big sun believer. I like to know that it's warm and get some suntan and some sun on your bones, if you want to put it like that. That's point number 5. And the other one that I spoke about earlier was visual line of sight. Keeping visual line of sight, as I said, so long as you've got that 180 degrees window and you're facing the drone all the time, then you're not going to have a problem with that at all. One of the latest things with the RC2, it's got the USB-C port on the bottom, and with that what you can do, you can actually add now another monitor to the RC2, and what you can do is you can put a monitor on your dashboard, and as you're flying you can glance down at your monitor, which is at eye level, rather than looking down at your screen and then looking up, because visual line of sight doesn't say that you've got to watch that drone all the time. What it means is you must be able to see where it is and know its orientation and exactly where it is. It doesn't mean to say that you've got to completely look at the drone all the time. You have to use your controller, you know. It's as simple as. And finally, what you can also do is you can hand launch and hand catch out of the car window if you're really lazy. I kind of like doing that anyway. I don't like really to land the drone on the floor if I can help it, and it literally is, I'll show you in this next clip, it literally is so easy to hand launch and hand catch your drone. One thing you do have to remember about hand catching and hand launching, especially from your car, when you launch or you take off, that'll be absolutely no problem whatsoever. However, catching your drone, especially with the DJI Mini 4 or anything that's got 360 degrees obstacle avoidance, you might have a problem when it's coming down because it's close to your vehicle and it's got those side sensors, and it doesn't like to come close to the car, so you might just have to disable them. You'll have to give it a go. It's very easy to do, as you can see just here. Hit the 3 dots and just disable the obstacle avoidance, as I've just showed you in that little clip just there. So you can see the Mini 4 Pro there, it won't come towards the car because of obstacle avoidance. So I'm just going to disable it, and now you can see that it comes a little bit closer. But you do have to be careful when it comes down. Obviously you've got your downward sensors. So there we go. Just a few points there for you if you were thinking of flying in your vehicle and you might think that you're breaking the law. No, you're not. I do it a lot of the times. Maybe you can let me know in the comments whether you fly in your vehicle. Let me know down below if you fly your drone from your vehicle. Might be a car, van. I do know there's a couple of subscribers have got motorbikes, and they don't fly while they fly the motorbike, but they go out on the motorbikes and they fly all over the country. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and if you've got something out of the video, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up, and if you're new around here, you might consider subscribing, dinging the dong and all the rest of it that goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now, and you might like to watch these couple of videos just here that I've chosen for you, and if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.